Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Medical Assistant with Miss K. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. My name is Kendra, also known as Miss K. I'm a medical assistant instructor and I'm also a CPR and first aid instructor. So one of the most common questions that I get is, do I need an LLC as a CPR trainer, right? Do I need to create an LLC for my CPR business? And let me just say, I'm not a tax professional. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a CPA. I am not a tax professional in the least little bit. I just have a couple businesses in which I did create an LLC for. I did not create an LLC for my CPR business. So to answer the question, do I need to? You don't necessarily have to. Now, whether you should or not, or whether it's in your best interest, that's one of the things you want to talk to your accountant about, right? Because there's different benefits to creating an LLC or a S Corp or a C Corp, and you want to make sure you're choosing what's right for you. Now, I'm only addressing this because, like I said, I do have a couple of LLCs and I help people build business credit. And, so that's one of the benefits of having my LLCs is because it separates me separates me personally from my business, and so I knew that I wanted to build business credit. I knew I wanted to eventually buy a car in my business name, which I've done. And so I knew that I wanted business credit cards and things like that. So if you know that your CPR business or any business that you have is something that you want to really, build up, you're going to make money with this business and you want to build credit, you want to eventually buy a car in your business name, you want to maybe buy a building or rent a building out and you're at least some space to do your classes in, then you may want to look at that, right? And again, you want to see which business structure is going to be best for you. One thing too that I want you to understand, because people, they think about, oh, I want an LLC because they want to sound official, right? And they think that it's just gonna, just take them to another level. One thing I do want to say is that one thing you have to understand is that there is a fee to create an LLC and you do have to keep it up. So you do want to be familiar with the fees in your state, right? And then there's a fee either every year or every other year, depending on how your city does it. So I'm in DC, so we pay ours every other year, right? And so you want to be familiar with that and know that, you got to have a registered agent and things like that. You're going to need a business address and things like that. It's just different things that's going to come with it. And so you definitely want to do your research. So I just wanted to address that question. Do I absolutely need an LLC for my business? To answer your question simply, no, you do not. Would it benefit you? Yes, definitely, depending on what you want to do. So think about what you want to do with your business and then again, talk to your accountant. Now, the other part to that, I get people asking, do I need business insurance? Now, business insurance, I'm going to definitely say yes. You definitely want business insurance. I'll link the business insurance that I use for my CPR business down below. It's very affordable, very reasonable in my opinion. I definitely think you should have business insurance because you can be sued. You definitely want to cover yourself. So the LLC, optional depending on what you want to do, but I think the business insurance is non-negotiable. Someone also asked, do they need a business license? Now, as far as a business license, that's going to depend on your state. I don't want to say no because I know in certain states you can have a business, you don't necessarily need a license, but I mentioned the business credit thing. I do know here in DC, to have a business, to have a car in your business name, you will need that business license. And so because you're going to have to register your business name, you're going to have to register your car corporately. And so again, having a business license, whether you need it or not, is also going to depend on your state, and it's also going to depend on what you're trying to do with your business. So I hope that this was helpful. If you're thinking about starting a CPR and first aid business, the very first thing you're going to want to do as far as, when you're thinking about how you want to structure it, because I did have someone tell me they want to make sure they structure it from the very beginning. It's really going to depend on what you're trying to do with your business. For me, all I knew, I just wanted to just go do classes. I did not want to buy a car in my business name ever. I did not want to make it a big thing where at one point I did think about leasing out some space. I did think about that, but I just knew that it was something that I wanted to just be able to do on the side. But I know many of you want to make it a business to where you want to eventually be your own training center. So that's a whole different thing. So if that's where you want to go, talk to your accountant and see how you need to structure your business from the very beginning. And it's going to be very important to structure it correctly from the very beginning, because then you won't have to try to fix things later on, right? Especially if you do want to get to that point of building business credit, okay? Hopefully that answered your question. Thank you again for visiting my channel. I'll link that insurance down below, okay? Be blessed.